A nice recovery
36.
pop there, although cue ball has been lost. So I think the break ends. Didn't make as many there as he could have done, so that will disappoint him. And that's a terrible safety shot.
ID card 36.
So an odd little break there.
Didn't get right side of the blue, but that last shot, that will not please him.
One. Seven.
Yeah, Sullivan has won 5 major titles in Shanghai, 3 ranking events and the invitation version of this twice. So here in Shanghai, he does seem to enjoy it. He was at the opening ceremony yesterday, getting involved with the dignitaries as well. He did enter the Championship
15.
League and the European Masters, didn't play in either.
16.
Deciding to opt for the rest just because of the possibility of fouling the pink. So I think all eyes are on O'Sullivan here. We know what he is, we know what he can do, but it is a new season.
$31.
Well, I think the fact that it was played gently was the reason it just dropped in off the top jaw. There's a few gasps thinking that he'd maybe missed that one. Well, he has missed that one, so...
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 32.
Both players have been in once with very good chances in this frame, but there's nothing in it. Just a handful of points. Really nice cueing. The cue ball stopped exactly where the object ball was, the red. So you feel that everything boils down to the red on the right of the table, getting position on that one.
9.
So this is the big shot in the frame so far, position on the red.
$16.
It's not so easy into the right corner. That's why he's playing it. Such a good shot that is. That really is a good shot.
17.
Could easily be a frame winner. He's up to it, including the brown, so there's a little bit of work to do.
22. $24. $27.
Yeah, interestingly how he played that there. Naturally would have come quite close to the pink in playing for the blue. He didn't play on the blue at all. One snooker required, but it's only one. So obviously Carter will try to get that snooker.
31.
And the frame isn't quite over yet.
Now Sullivan got in a second time. Pretty good first effort though.
He is looking at 2 cushions perhaps. Yeah, that's the way he's gone.
Got him again.
The blue in the centre of the table, it's slightly more missable, this sort of a shot. but not from O'Sullivan there.
Five.
So down to pink and black we go.
Can't think of an easy way of getting a snooker here. Maybe very thin off the pink. But of course, on pink and black, O'Sullivan can freely try and roll the pink in or over a pocket here.
So if you don't get it first time, then you open the door to this.
Not sure why O'Sullivan didn't just try and drop that in. There's a glimmer for Carter, I guess. Glimmer of hope. Unlucky. Again, good effort this, but just slid past the black. That's a rather odd shot, isn't it? Why wouldn't you pop that? Well, that's another shot that I can't explain, and it is one snooker. Carter is fully entitled to play on, so it's not some kind of a O'Sullivan protest at the fact that Carter's playing on. Anyone would. It's a bit more conventional, that last shot.
Well, surely he's going to attempt it this time. He does, and he knocks it in. So an interesting start. Ali Carter did have a good chance, you've got to say, early in that frame, but in the end it is Ronnie O'Sullivan who gets the opening frame on the scoreboard.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. That really is the best we've seen in the frame and a little bit of this session. A little unlucky, perhaps, there not to be on one.
8.
Yeah, the thing is, he's not been missing, has he? I mean, in the last frame, he broke down, ran out of position again there. You know, he's always going to give it everything. He's shaking his head there, not necessarily happy with the safety. Yeah, that's why.
1.
Just think about Ali Carter's World Championships. He had a good season in the build-up, getting himself back into the top 16, but in the first round at the Crucible, lost to Jack Jones, who then beat Neil Robertson. Jones had already beaten Barry Hawkins in the qualifiers. So it wasn't such a bad result as it first seemed.
Well, that's a bit of a let-off for Carter. He just caught the knuckle of the middle pocket to leave a chance at the red. But, of course, getting back in the 16, he was seeded for the Crucible. OK, he did lose first round, but you get in events like this as well. So there's definite benefits to that top 16 seeding. Being the champion of champions as well, having won in Germany. So a lot of snooker to look forward to for the captain.
Well, the double goes in, but again, not very well on a colour to pop one. Unusual sort of safety shot, that, wasn't it? I think the roll up to a bulk colour is ineffective there because the opponent's just going to nudge into them. Maybe that was clever from Ronnie to make him play a shot to get the balls open. But this is not an easy long red. Well, it's brought about a chance for Ali Carter. Got another one here at the start of frame 2. Got to take them.
One.
Of course, he is a former winner of the title when it was a ranking event, 2010. Beat Jamie Burnett in the final. He also won the World Open here in China in 2016.
$14. $15.
I think he'd be happy enough with that.
22.
He's going through the bunch here, playing with topspin. Oh goodness, if you're playing it, you can't miss the pot. That's the one thing
Ali
that
Carter, 22.
cannot go wrong. The red to the middle, he'll be hoping he's on, but this has gone horribly wrong from Carter.
1.
Sullivan will be licking his lips at an opportunity of this kind coming his way.
8. $10. 11.
What a chance it is. Yes, there are a couple of reds that are not in the middle of the table, but they don't look as if they're that awkward to get on.
$26.
Of course, his two great contemporaries still going in this event, Williams and Higgins.
27.
Both won earlier today.
Yeah, I think it's the longevity, isn't it, with O'Sullivan, all the years he's been around. We knew he was a precocious talent as a very young player. And as Dave said, all these years later, you know, he's still doing it. And he
35.
still plays the game like a young man. I think that's the other point, because most players, as they get older, they start to play the game differently to when they were young. But I don't think O'Sullivan does.
$43.
Just wants to bounce this away from the cushion. That's okay. And the other thing about where the last red, Ali Carter will be hoping that that comes into play, but with the brown next to it, just getting
51.
on the red any sort of angle, straight or anything, will be enough. He's got to play a good positional shot here with his opposite hand. Not ideal.
57.
Oh, this is a desperately difficult shot now. It may not look so, but rolling it in from there, tough.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 57.
Just went wrong for O'Sullivan. The shot before the left-handed pink, where he just didn't get onto a colour nicely. No, he's played it well enough. Just concentrate on keeping the object ball safe. Well, the frame very much alive, despite the lead of 29 points. Well, that's a dangerous way to play it. And a now frame ball for O'Sullivan, and not a difficult one either.
Yes, another shake of the head from Carter. He's had chances in both of the 2 opening frames. But it's looking like 2-0 O'Sullivan.
1.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to lose the first 2 against a player of the calibre of Ronnie O'Sullivan, but when there's an argument that he could have won them both, it's not anything like an ideal start that he's made here, Ali Carter. He's got in. Sullivan has been a little rusty, but he's still going to be 2-0 up.
Yeah, Sullivan has looked pretty serene, actually. Shrugged off whatever little errors he's made.
12. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 12.
Ali Carter remains in his chair, so Ronnie O'Sullivan extends his advantage to 2-0.
I think he thought he'd got that when he hit it.
One.
Well, that's so I expected almost left-hand running side on that one. Sullivan had the other side put on the ball, and
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 6.
the fact that he hit a bolt colour was the reason it didn't amount to anything, that little break. Well, again, Carter in early in a frame with something. It's not right to say that it's a good chance at this point. So taking the red away from just below and to the right, the pink, that'll help matters.
7. $13. 14.
Now, this would be an opportunity, I think, to nudge the reds here. Maybe the couple of reds around the black ball. Yeah, that's what he's tried. I thought he played it well. He's a bit unlucky.
19. Ali Carter, 19.
Nothing that's going to hurt O'Sullivan from those chances. Well, that couldn't have gone much more wrong, actually. That attempted safety shot, he hit a number of reds.
One. Eight. Nine.
It's not the easiest chance. The reds are quite awkwardly set up from here. Well, this red that he's looking at, going into 2 others, this is really difficult. It's a superb
17.
shot, superb. Didn't get any applause for it, but I can tell you it was delightfully played.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 17.
I'm not surprised he overcut that, especially given that he was trying to hold. If you're going to try and hold so delicately, often you'd miss it on the other side of the pocket, that ball.
1.
Carter must take advantage of this chance.
8. 9.
Played a good shot there to land on that red by the pink. Tight one.
17.
Chance to perhaps nudge one of the two reds below the black here. Oh, that's a beautiful shot.
24. 25.
But Carter not playing on that red and not taking the risk. He could easily have played on the red below the black.
32. 33.
Well, that's an excellent shot. It was quite a big target, the two reds, but singled out the one he wanted to get on. He'll need red colour red. So there's a possibility of O'Sullivan getting back into the frame. But it's in Carter's hands. And now he's going to play on the red that he didn't want to play on earlier on. It'll be frame ball from this black. Because it helps to know he won't need the colour, so he'll probably play it as gently as he can, giving it every
45.
chance to drop. Frame ball.
46.
So this time, Ali Carter has stepped up.
$53.
53 from Ali Carter.
Ali Carter, 53.
O'Sullivan nods his head in concession, so Carter is on the scoreboard. It was an important visit, that, after what happened in the first two frames. O'Sullivan's lead cut to 2-1. Remember, O'Sullivan last lost in this city in 2016. Obviously, we haven't had the tournament for 4 years, but he won the previous three stagings versions of this tournament.
Lovely shot and beautifully controlled cue ball off two cushions. Side cushion first. Almost slows it up. Got him on the black nicely.
8. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 8.
Obviously, I mean, he'll have been practicing, but he hasn't had a competitive match since April.
Obviously, O'Sullivan knows exactly what he's doing when it comes to his practice, but there is no substitute for match play.
As Carter knocks that one in. And then Carter lining the brown up. Yeah, big shot. Carter, on the other hand, is actually 6th on that list.
13. 14. 21. 22.
It's always nice to think you've got the blue to fall back on positionally. It's
29.
not the best split. He sort of screwed in and away from the reds rather than through them.
Hardy Carter, 29.
Just going back to O'Sullivan's, the red he missed in the middle at the start of this frame. He overhit it, actually. Of course, you've got plenty of time in your chair watching your opponent to think about those shots. I'm sure he's not overjoyed with, despite the 2-1 lead, how he's playing here. He's not played brilliantly, just about doing enough to lead. I think if Carter could get to the interval 2-2, I think he'd be quite delighted to have eased his way into this match at last. So this frame's quite a big one, I guess. That's going in.
Foul. Hardy Carter, 4.
With 6 reds lined up down the centre of the table, he might have just put a bit of spring in his step there. Look at those reds. What a chance.
1.
Yes, the other 3 reds at the bottom of the table close together come into play. Just might get him going, though.
8. 9. 15.
Peggy Lee in charge here. Nice to see, of course, the Chinese officials again. We saw Zheng Wei Li and some of the others that we're used to
16.
seeing over the years back in business.
$22. 23.
Well, it was always his target, I think, to bring those reds into play. He could hardly have done it any better.
$31.
A little bit straight on this brown to get down towards the reds from it. He's got to force it.
Peggy Lee having to sort of try and keep people still and stop taking pictures and all the rest of it when they're in his eye line.
I think he'll settle to finish there. It was quite a good shot, actually.
35. 36. 42. 43. 50. 51.
He needs colour, red colour here, and he will have that lead.
$58. 58. $64. 65.
Well, I think he needed this because, as Dave was saying, you know, he was looking any confidence. It was a gilt-edged chance. Could do no more than take it when they come, and he has.
He just came to life when the chance came, got the reds into play early.
77.
A reminder, of course, of how good he is, and Ali Carter's seen plenty of that down the years.
81.
He's also seen plenty of the table here, but he's going to be 3-1 down at the interval with work to do.
86.
Can't quite make the century. But there's time enough for that, as long as he's still here in Shanghai this week.
92.
So Ronnie Sullivan clears the table with 99 to take a 2-frame lead into the interval, and Ali Carter will look back on a few mistakes that he's made, a few missed opportunities. Sullivan leads Carter 3-1. Sullivan, it's got to be said. John Higgins awaits. That would obviously be another meeting of legends if